Hi everyone! Today I'm doing another limited edition Disney Princess Designer Collection video. Today is number 9 out of the 10 in the series, and today we're looking at Tiana from The Princess and the Frog. So Tiana is obviously based off of her green lily pad dress that in the movie she wears to wed Prince Naveen in the Bayou wedding. And I hate it that in that film, it's only shown for just a few seconds, but it is the dress that they are most likely using for Tiana nowadays. Sometimes you see her in a blue dress, sometimes you see her in a white dress where she's in her dream with Dr. Facilier, but usually you see her in a green lily pad dress to represent frogs, the Bayou, Louisiana, so on and so forth. And I think green is just such a great color for Tiana. Of course, in this line, that would mean that her motif is green, and all of the symbols that are used on all of the doll boxes are going to be green for her. So here's the artwork of her by Steve Thompson. And whenever I first seen this, whenever it came out many years ago, I initially thought she really looks like her mother, Eudora, in the movie with her hair like this. So maybe that was an inspiration for it. But I just think that a lot of people love to see Tiana with her hair down. I love to see her curls. I love to see her hair just, let loose and not bound up. And here it's a very classy vintage take of this. It's very Marilyn Monroe to me here, especially the way she's posing. So that is her hair, and she has a lily pad in her hair. She has purple eyeshadow, which Tiana typically has in artwork, and a little bit of a lip. Her dress is green, and it looks like basically the same dress she has, but cutting a few panels off, making it very simple yet chic. The bodice has those lily pads on it with a sparkle, a little bit of a ruffle on the neckline, and there's a bigger lily pad around her waist. Her gloves are like a yellowish green color, and they have the same green gemstones on it. The rest of the skirt is very simple. In this artwork, it looks very glamour, very couture, and it goes all the way to the floor. On the top, it says Disney Princess Designer Collection, and up here it says Tiana. The back of her box has that commentary in Bayou Green, and down here is Stephen Thompson's ideas. So we talked about the flower hair accessory, of course strapless dress. On her waist there's a flower, petal-shaped bodice with rhinestones, so we talked about the lily pad petals. And here it's not in the artwork. There's nothing in her hand, but it says that he wanted to note a jeweled frog in her hand. So for some reason it's not in the artwork. And of course, full flowy skirt. Here's the product info, and her price tag is still on there. It's $59.50. Alright, so here's Tiana with her slipcover off. And just at first glance, you can see that there is not much deviation between the artwork and the finished doll. Maybe except for the addition of that kissing frog. So Tiana has that very vintage style hair. And since I moved and had the slipcover on her for a little while, I forgot really what my Tiana's hair looked like, because it seems like each doll has a different poofiness going on, depending on what doll you get. And I forgot that mine was very poofy, very teased. So she is very vintage looking, very 60s, So it looks like she's had a lot of hairspray and teasing to her hair. But it still reminds me much of her mother's. So her hair is a very dark brown, not completely black, but very brown. And as promised, there is her beautiful lily pad flower in her hair with a green gemstone. So her face is very sweet. She looks very elegant, and she's cracking a smile for the photographers. She has purple eyeshadow on, and her lip is very nude, but I can tell that there's a little bit of gloss there, and she definitely has a very complimenting color on. Her eyes are dark brown, and she has beautiful eyelashes that are cut at an angle, so it's very straight across, and then there's a long piece at the end She has little green earrings on. The bodice matches the artwork very much, and it shapes like lily pad flower petals or like lily pad leaves, and it goes from being very thick to very thin. And on the front there's those beautiful green gemstones. Around her waist there's a green band that has a green lily pad flower on the side. Her gloves are white with the same green gemstones on it to call back to the main gown. And then there's more lily pad leaves on the side. She is holding that bejeweled frog, but I don't think it's Naveen because he doesn't have any eyes. His eyes are jewels, so this is likely some decoration she has, and her husband is fine. He's probably at home. So at this point, Naveen would have been turned back to a prince. And of course, that gown is all the way to the floor and pinned down in certain locations so it stays just so. Down at the bottom it says Tiana on a plaque, and it has that same base on her case. The fabric is amazingly shiny and beautiful, and you can just tell that it is very high quality. And for this doll to be released so long ago, it hasn't faded at all, but I also think that's probably because I've taken such good care of her. This is actually the second Tiana doll I had. I think in a video prior I talked about my horror story that I had with ordering this doll from eBay. I had ordered my first Tiana doll, and it came, and the actual bottom part where it's white here was chipped, destroyed, and shattered from the mail. So I was able to get my money back from her, and then of course my second Tiana that came was perfect. So she's been with me for several years, and I've taken really good care of her. The back of her box has that same Tiana artwork on it. It says Disney Princess Designer Collection. There's green motifs, and here's her certificate of authenticity. I got number 486 out of 4,000, so they made really low number of her. And I didn't realize I had such a low number, so that's very interesting to have within the first 500 of these that were made. Alright everyone, I think this is everything I needed to show you of this beautiful Tiana designer doll from the Disney store. I absolutely love her, and I will never part with her. Let me know what you think of this queen down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the final video in this series before I move on to another designer series, which is Rapunzel. Alright, everyone have a great magical day. See you later.